Hello, welcome to the Canada for Common Law Office Legal Podcast, looking at recent cases by the New Jersey courts. And here we look at the case of State versus Byer, where the appellate court found there was a voluntary consent to blood and urine in a DWI case. The defendant here appealed from a decision that denied her motion to suppress her statements to the police, as well as urine and blood evidence following a fatal car crash. While in the hospital following the crash, the defendant orally acknowledged and then signed a card that confirmed that the police officer had recited her Miranda rights. The defendant also signed a consent form for blood and urine draw, which the officer had also read to her. 2 hours later, after learning the other driver died, another police officer then recorded the interview with the defendant but did not advise her of her Miranda rights again. The defendant was then allowed to leave the hospital and was not arrested or charged until toxicology reports were returned. The trial judge found the defendant had not been in custody while she was in the hospital and was free to leave. The trial judge noted that even if she was in custody at the hospital, the defendant knowingly and voluntarily waived her rights. The trial judge explained that the circumstance did not warrant that the defendant be re-Mirandized by the second officer because there was no intervening events that would have diluted the effectiveness of the waiver. This was appealed. The trial court's decision was appealed up to the appellate court, and in docket number A-4161-17T4, the appellate division court affirmed and found that the defendant's arguments on appeal were without sufficient merit to warrant discussion. The court's review of the record demonstrated no basis to second-guess the trial judge's findings of the facts and conclusions of law that the defendant was not in police custody, had been properly advised of her rights and waived those rights, and voluntarily consented to blood and urine draw. And that's State versus Byer. For other information on DWI and criminal cases, visit website njlaws.com. And for representation, contact Kenneth Verkammen's office in Edison at 732-572-0500. Thank you.